Hello everybody, it's Ken Faulkner, and this one's really weird. Uh, Usually when I have a knife, I I want it to stay sharp. I want it to retain that edge as long as it can. This one I don't want that to happen, but it doesn't seem to be going my way. And let me explain. I had this video with this knife quite a while ago, like about maybe 6 months ago, and I was talking about how I got this one for free, and I was talking about how it was kind of like got thrown in as a buy this and you'll get this knife free, and being a knife junkie or addict or whatever, that you can say all kinds of stuff I'm going to get free, but that's not going to interest me as much as a free knife. So, and I didn't know at the time. I mean, I just looked at the knife, and you look at this knife, and it's nothing too crazy about it. It's pretty basic. I mean, it's G10. I mean, you wouldn't expect a free knife to be, titanium, carbon fiber, stuff like that. This button is just kind of unusual. It does stick out proud. So even the button is not something that's like a premium kind of button. I gotta say though, it does work. It works pretty darn well. And the knife works pretty darn well. I do like this blade shape. I know a lot of people like the Warncliffs and the point that drops down below the center line. This one kind of comes up a bit, kind of a clip point, maybe even a harpoonish kind of look to it. I mean, there's no jimping. Thumb studs are very basic. There's a couple little steps on there to kind of help, but yeah, just very basic. I mean, to me, it kind of looks like something like, maybe some guy's getting into making, and this is like their first knife. It's not bad. Like I say, I do like this belly shape. I mean, it's almost like a Nusmik kind of style. And actually, in all the cutting I've been doing with this, it's interesting that that front tip kind of gives you that prying ability. You see some of those very drastic Tonto kind of blades that are almost flat at the front, where you can actually pry-ish with it. I mean, it comes down pretty fine because there is a little bit of a hollow there. So it's not really so much prying, but you can really drive into a cut with the front of the blade, and it actually works pretty well. Anyway, so this is the Revo Canyon, and I was just mentioning this. KC was doing a live, and I said, "Oh, I'm carrying the Strider SNG and the Revo Canyon." He knew what the Strider was. Most people do. That's my carry this week for the Faulkner 5. But this Revo is one that is not really all that well known, and really the steel that's used here, according to all the documentation that I could find, I've searched. I was trying to find if they're using anything other than this steel. This steel, according to the website, is a 4CR13 MOV. And I mean, I'm no expert on steels. I know that 9CR is better than 8CR, and I know that 8CR is not very popular with a lot of people. I don't mind it so much, but I'm thinking 4CR. Wow, that's really going to be down there. I did look it up a while back, and I don't remember all the details. I'm more about actual empirical data, meaning actual use and finding out for myself. I'll read about stuff just to kind of get an idea what people are saying, but I want to read for myself, or to try it for myself, sorry, and read for myself. Anyhow, 4CR 13 MOV, they said that it does not heat treat to very much of a hardness, which would tend to make you think that the edge would potentially roll, or at least go dull pretty quick. They said something about it being used on some cheaper kitchen knives. And I know from my experience of using cheaper kitchen knives, I don't really go out and get expensive kitchen knives. I might someday. I mean, I think, you know, there's something cool about it. But anyhow, they get dull really quick. So that's what I expected from this knife. Anyhow, I'm going to be doing a series on this because I'll link the original video I did on this where I was all gung-ho saying, yep, I'm just going to work on this thing until it gets dull. But it wore me out. It actually wore me out. And I have to get more serious about it. And since I was doing the tri-stick challenge thing, it's kind of fun doing those short little videos, even though I don't know if they're classified as shorts on... I'm not worried about that. So I'm going to be putting out little videos, short videos on this knife, and I'm going to be trying to find stuff to cut, and I'm going to actively go out. I mean, not just like cardboard, this thing, and like I say, I've had it for like 6 months, and it's not like I haven't tried to make it dull, and it's not like it's super sharp right now either. But you can see that it's still cutting, and I really was hoping to get it past the point of being able to cut through. I wanted just to tear the heck out of this. But you can see the cut is fairly clean on cardboard. So, yeah, I got to cut more cardboard, but I'm going to find some other stuff. And I'm going to actively search out things to cut with this. And I'm not talking about going Joe X on it. I'm not going to like be stabbing it into cars or anything like that. I'm not trying to destroy it. I am just trying to get it to be a little bit more dull. So it's like seriously dull to the point where you cannot deny that it is a dull knife. I mean, with this, it's not slicing like right through, but still at the same time. And if it was another knife of mine right now, I would definitely sharpen it up, at least drop it. But it's not really quite to that point yet. So anyway, that's my goal here. See what it does to paper. See, I mean, that is just not that bad. I mean, somebody who's even better at doing the paper cutting thing would probably do this and really be impressive about it. You know, at some point it does catch on there. Another thing I want to try this front edge. Yeah, I can kind of cut with the front edge. So yeah, anyway, I think you get what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it's weird, because normally I'm all about a knife that's going to hold its edge. In this case, I'm actively trying to go the other way and just expect it to be something that I'm going to have to sharpen a lot and then get more practice at sharpening. I mean, I don't use my knives that hard, so I'm not sharpening on a regular basis. I do sharpen. I do like it to be able to pop some hair. I think the other day I tried to, and it actually got a little bit of hair off the arm. Let's see if I can do it right now. But it's definitely, yeah, see, I'm not really getting, yeah, let's see, I got a little hair right there. So, I mean, that kind of stuff, and I mean, that you can't really, I don't think my kitchen knives could do that. Although I wouldn't want to cut hair off my arm with my kitchen knives. But I was doing some food prep with this earlier, and I'm going to put out, that's going to be my first short. But I do make sure I clean my knife before I cut food with it. But yeah, so I think it's gonna be fun. Very basic knife. G10 handles are good. I mean, it feels good in the hand. It's not big. It just gets that forefinger. It's not like the fourth finger's hanging off the end. It really gets on there. You got this little ramp, no jimping like I mentioned, but it does give you that thumb. And yeah, it's got decent action. I mean, for a little knife, it's not super thin. Decent action. I haven't taken it apart yet. That'll be a part of when I go to sharpen this thing, assuming that it will ever get dull. I have the suspicion that they made like maybe a small version of Bassman with something like D2 or something, you know, that's harder, but I don't know. I maybe if you guys have had experience with 4CR, it's just not that common in the world of knives nowadays to see that steel. I'm sure it's cheaper. That's probably why they did it. They're probably putting this out. I think they're selling it for like $25 or something like that. I think I saw it on Amazon or somewhere when I was going back just to see if I could find anywhere where they had a version with a different steel. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna be excited to be able to actually sharpen it and see how easy it is to sharpen, because that's really what I expected. But you know, seeing as it's doing as well as it is over this time period, who knows? We're all gonna find out together. If you keep watching, hopefully you do. The Revo Canyon. I'm gonna dull this knife, and we'll see what happens. See you guys on the next one.